Well, oddly enough, there isn't much of a buzz here in Trent Bridge, Nottingham, which plays host to match 8 of the ICC Cricket World Cup, where Australia will take on West Indies on Thursday. The Australians landed in Nottingham on Tuesday evening, whereas the West Indies decided to pay a visit to a local primary school nearby. And it wasn't until today, in fact right now, that both teams are scheduled to undergo their respective practice sessions. Australia and West Indies, two teams who have gotten off to a winning start in the World Cup. Australia beating Afghanistan by 7 wickets, and West Indies also are getting the better of Pakistan by the same margin. But while the West Indies had a reasonable outing against Pakistan, expect that to change when they go up against the likes of Steve Smith, David Warner, Aaron Finch, Usman Khawaja and even Glenn Maxwell, for the matter of fact. The pot shots have already been fired. Gayle, who's coming off a decent half-century against Pakistan in the previous game and who's obviously is playing his final ODI tournament. Pat Cummins has expected Australia to bounce out Gayle, and another bowler, Nathan Coulter-Nile, has backed Mitchell Starc to clean up Gayle without much of a score. Now, the last time Australia and West Indies faced each other in an ODI dates way back to 2016 in a Trice series in the Caribbean. And meanwhile, Australia did end up winning that series. Plenty has happened between then and now, with Smith and Warner going through that one-year ban and coming back in a big tournament like the World Cup. The West Indies will be a little cautious, but again, if I were Australia, I would not be taking the Windies lightly, solely for two facts. Obviously, as they demonstrated in the previous match, they have a good bowling attack, they have a solid bowling attack. O'Shane Thomas, obviously there's skipper Jason Holder, you got Sheldon Cottrell, and you've also got Carlos Brathwaite, who is capable of inflicting some serious damage. Why I wouldn't take West Indies lightly is also based on the fact that while not too much of a noise has been made about their batting, it does look a very potent attack. Obviously, there's Gayle, now there's Andre Russell, who has gotten the big runs, who's in form, had a wonderful IPL and bowled that tremendous over. I mean, in fact, to be very honest, that tremendous spell against Pakistan that kind of changed the entire complexion of the game. There were fitness concerns about Chris Gayle and Russell, with Gayle showing some problems with his back and Russell going off the field after bowling those 3 overs, but they are set to be fit and they are likely to take the field. The weather has been a bit of a miss and match, you can say. Yesterday it was raining, and right now the morning started with a lot of sunshine, but now again it's very overcast and we are expected to have a full quota of match.